See, I'm not quite sure how to drive this, and this is why I want to do a track day, because I'll explain. When I say I'm not sure how to drive this, that sounds like I shouldn't even be driving it, but what I mean is, in a front-wheel drive car, understeers, you can't do that much about it. You just kind of accept that when you get to that understeer, then it's kind of the limit of your grip. In a rear-wheel drive car, they generally oversteer. In a four-wheel drive car, which this is kind of a mixture between a four-wheel drive car and a rear-wheel drive car. I know it is obviously four-wheel, but I think it's 70% of the rear and 30% of the front of power. So it kind of handles a bit more like a rear-wheel drive car. Obviously you can do donuts and things in it, which I've done. But in other four-wheel drive cars that I've driven, they understeer a lot until you actually get on the power. So you're going around a corner and you think, I'm not even going to make this corner. And then you accelerate, which obviously you normally wouldn't do if you kind of feel like you're not going to make a corner. And it pulls around. It just digs into the road and just pulls around, because obviously the front wheels are then pulling you in the direction that you're turning. But in this, I'm not quite sure if that's how you should treat it, or if you should just treat it like a rear-wheel drive car. I suppose in both cases you kind of use the throttle to bring it round a bit, but just this does understeer sometimes. Obviously you've got to be going quite quick round a corner to get to that point where it's going to understeer, but it does do it, and I'm not quite sure if that's just the limit of grip and there's nothing else you can do, or if I should be kind of giving it a bit of throttle to try and pull it round the corner. But the trouble is, I don't really want to experiment with that on the road, because obviously it's not very safe. And in a car like this that's got a lot of grip to begin with, to get to that point where you're running out of grip and it's understeering, you're already going pretty quickly. So I wouldn't want to kind of try and give it a bit more throttle and find that doesn't help and it just understeers off the road. So that's one reason why I want to do a track day. That's the main reason, to be honest. It's just so I can play around with the handling and kind of figure out what works, because figuring that out on the road is just a bad idea. And some of you will probably be like, oh, what a noob, he's bought this supercar, I don't even know how to drive. So fuck. I don't claim to be a racing expert or anything. This is a fun road, this. It's really sort of tight and bumpy, as most roads are around here. But it's fun. Oh, Jesus Christ. This car's a little bit too big for this road, to be honest. It's more fun in the say Leon, really, because you can just chuck that thing around and just feels a bit like a toy. Whereas this is a bit kind of bigger and heavier and just wider. But it's still a fun road, but it's just a little bit sketchy. But anyway, I'm gonna turn around in a minute. Well, no, not turn around. We'll head up to Market Raisin and go about that way. Because I need to take this car into Audi for them to take a look at a slightly annoying rattle that comes from up here somewhere. It doesn't do it very often, but when it does it's very annoying. It's just like a constant rattle. I think it's like the material underneath this has kind of come away from the roof a little bit, I think, because if you press this, it stops, and then when you let go, it rattles again. And I can't feel or see anything that's loose, so I think it's got to be the material underneath that material, whatever that is. So hopefully they can take a look at it and sort it out. It's not anything major, I say, it doesn't do it very often, but it's just slightly annoying. Yeah, we'll head back to Audi now, get them to have a look at this rattle, and yeah, I'll see you after that. So, you might notice that we're in a different car now. That's because I took the R8 to Audi to get them to look at the rattle like I mentioned, and obviously I want it to be done under warranty. It turns out the warranty runs out today. So, obviously it's got 3 years manufacturer's warranty from the day it was registered, and it was registered I think tomorrow, but 3 years ago. So it runs out at the end of today, which means that they have to start work on it today for it to be covered under warranty. It's not enough for them to just book it in today, apparently. They have to actually have done some work on the car today for it to count as being a warranty job. So I've had to leave it with them, because I took it in at about 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. They didn't have anyone free for like the next couple of hours, and they close at 5 o'clock. So I've had to leave it with them overnight so that they can work on it sort of last thing today before everyone goes home, and just at least do something to it, and at least go out on a road test and just see if they can troubleshoot it today while the warranty is still in effect. So they've got it tonight. They gave me a lift home, and now I'm out in the Leon Cupra, which is what this is. And I've been meaning to do like a review and a comparison between this and the R8 and the M3 that I had before that, just to kind of give an idea of what this car's like. I've been meaning to do that for a while, so today is as good a day as any, now that I've not got an R8 to play with. But before we go into that, I just want to explain about renewing the warranty. Because obviously the Audi warranty expired today, I've renewed it for another year, so that if anything else goes wrong or whatever, which hopefully it won't, but I'll be able to get it fixed without having to pay anything. But it turns out the Audi warranty for a year is quite expensive. There was a few different options, but basically for the comprehensive warranty that covers everything, and without you having to pay any excess each time you claim on it, which obviously you don't want to do. There was options to pay like the first £100 of every claim, first £250 of every claim, but I think that would just put me off using the warranty too much. Like, I'd be like, oh well, I don't want to go and get this looked at because it's going to cost me 100 quid or 250 quid, even though I'm covered by the warranty. So I went for the one that was zero excess, but that cost £1,800 for the year, so £1,800. And yeah, that was a bit more than I wanted to pay, but I'd rather have an Audi warranty on it than just a random third-party warranty, so kind of stuck with paying that. Yeah, I'll just have to kind of swallow that as a running cost of a supercar, which we're going to do a separate video on the dedication blog channel, explaining the full running costs of that car. So I'll go through all that. I'll include like the service cost and the warranty cost in that video. But for now, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that it was a bit more expensive than I was expecting. So yeah, so that's renewed, but that's got a 15,000 mile limit on it. If you wanted an unlimited mileage warranty for the year, that was I think 2,400, so even more. And I thought, no, I'll just stick with the 15,000 miles because I don't think I'll do more than 15,000 miles a year in the R8. But I'm not sure, to be honest, because I've done like 2,000 miles in it already. I've only had it about a month. But I don't think I'd normally do that much mileage. I think that's just because it's a new toy and because I've been all the way down to Ascot and done a few long journeys on it recently. So yeah, I don't think I'll normally be doing that much mileage. Because 15,000 in the next 12 months should be okay. But if you go over that 15,000, it just means the policy ends. You don't get charged any kind of like excess or anything like that. You just, that's it, the policy ends basically either a year from the day you took it out, or if you do 15,000 miles before that, it ends then. So yeah, but one of the exclusions, or one of the rules of the warranty though, the official Audi warranty, is that you can't do any track days. That invalidates the warranty. So yeah, if you see any videos of me doing a track day in an R8 soon, there's a different R8 that I've just rented. Okay? Good. Like I say, I'll do a little review of this car and explain what I think about it and the differences between this and the R8 and everything like that in the next episode. I think this episode's been long enough already. So yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.